Today we're going to look at this BMW. It's a 328 2007 the XI 328 XI 2007 ZR manufacturer, and it is I think it's the E90 body. I'll correct this if I make a mistake. So what's happening is this is the problem. We're in the diagnosis stage of this. It turns on, right? Idles terribly, right? So it's just rough. Sometimes it'll cut off. Sometimes it'll drive for a little bit, and then it'll start to cut off, and then you can turn it back on, and you'll drive a little bit more and cut off. So it's just having a hard time, right? And it gave me an error code of something 0012, P0012, I think. I'm going to give you a screenshot of that error code so you can see it, and then you'll see what we're working with. Okay, so this is what we have right here. So I'm going to turn it on. Okay, that's my fingers. All right, so you can see how it idles. All right. Now it's hard for you to get a feel for what's happening, but it's vibrating a lot. Now let's take a look at the tachometer right over here. Right, that's it. No big deal. So it's like up and down real quick and weird and pulsy. Yeah, see that? All right. Now step on the gas a little. Now the problem with the video itself, it doesn't really translate the vibration that well. So, okay, so it's shaking right now. I don't know what to do to help you see it, but it's been into idle kind of rough. And I'm going to let it run for a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you how it also makes a little bit of a whistling sound also. So that whistling sound really makes things difficult to like, you cannot miss it. You'll hear it when I record it. I mean, yeah, sure. When it's being recorded, you'll hear it. Now let's see it drop down a little bit, right? So we are now at about 500. So it feels pretty good right now. It's got a little warmer. All right, I'm gonna pop the hood, and we're gonna go take a listen because it's gonna start to whistle. So the car's been idling. What I want you to, I'm going to show you these two VANOS solenoids. One's for intake, and one's for the exhaust. They're identical parts, and I'm going to zoom in on them for you so you can get a feel for where they are. Right there. Those two right there. That one right there, and that one right there. The bottom is for the exhaust, the top is for the intake. Those two, they either are, one's not operating correctly anymore, and those two, the failure of them, I think they kind of happened like at around 140,000 miles. What they'll do, right, they'll cause the car to, those symptoms that I described. I'm just leaving the car running to see if I can capture some of those symptoms for you. I want you to hear the whistling sound, and I want you to also see if you can capture some of the weird vibration that's happening when the car idles. Yeah. So that's the diagnosis. We're still in the diagnosis stage. I want to show you how to actually continue to diagnose it, and to do that, we're gonna have to use some alligator clips with a 9-volt battery. I'll show you how to construct that in a separate video, and then we're gonna clean it out a little bit with some brake parts cleaner, and then after we clean out the VANOS solenoid with some brake parts cleaner, we're gonna test them. There are two ways to test them. Obviously, if you use both of them, you're going to verify things a little bit better. The first way to do it is to take the VANOS solenoid and switch them. If you switch them, then what ends up happening, you can read the error code, it'll change because now it's in a different spot where the error is. And the other way is to take a 9-volt battery and see if the actual VANOS solenoid actually still operates. So we're gonna do the battery route. I think because I feel really certain that it's actually if we clean it out, it'll work again. And if it doesn't, guess what? I'm wrong. We'll just get we'll get some new parts and we'll go from there. All right. It's been idling now for about 5 minutes, and it just shut off. So I'm going to turn it back on so you can see what's happening. Thank you. Oh, I think I just scored a camera. Maybe. I'm not sure. Merry Christmas, everybody. Alright, so, it's making weird noises. Can you hear that? It's about to cut off. I can hear it. At least I think it is. Trying to turn me into a liar. Don't you love when that happens? Like, oh yeah, my car's broken, and then all of a sudden it's working. And you're like, no, really, it's broken. And I'm like, no, really, it's broken. And then you drive away, and then it starts actually pointing, oh, there it is. See, look at the motor. See, it's shaking. Hear that weird sound? See it? See, little BMW is a little upset. Oh, baby BMW. Yeah. It looks like it saved itself. Yeah, watch right here. You see it vibrating like that? It's really struggling right now to stay idle. So, those are some of the symptoms of that VANOS solenoid failing. It's not the only thing that can cause that problem. You have like camshaft sensors also that can do the same problem. So can create the same problem. As a matter of fact, I'll show you where those are your camshaft sensors. So I'm going to show you the camshaft sensor. That part is right here. It's attached to this wire right there. Can you see that? Yeah, no. I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. See this wire right here? That one? That's attached to the camshaft sensor. There's two of them, I think. One to the exhaust. Oh! There we go, we're hearing the whistling sounds beginning to happen. So, usually you hear it from this side. Again, to show what's happening. This is the front of the car, right here. And that whistling sound, you hear it? It's from the passenger side. Right over here. So, Yep, there we go. It's going to get louder and louder. And louder. And louder. And louder. Let's just kick back the tripod here. So that's jerky. Alright, so that's the diagnosis right there. I can't give you any more information other than that. A lot of like whistling sounds. Passenger side front right here is usually where you're going to hear it from. The motor will cut out every now and then. Really rough island. You can see the motor's like shaking a lot like that. These are some of the symptoms that I believe relate to the VANOS sensor. So what we're going to do to try to get this part out, it's a really easy fix. So don't be afraid. Just follow all the instructions I'm going to give you right now, alright? I'm going to have to take this off. So to get this off, I have to pull this out and this out. I'm going to show you how to I figured out how to do something. When I put this back on, I'm just going to put those 2 bolts on. So that way I can always keep this in the service mode. Because this car breaks a whole lot and it's kind of lame. I hate it. I don't know why such a new car, a well-kept enough car, fails so much. Alright? Great. I'm giving you a little panned out shot so you can see what's happening. I'm going to zoom in a little bit right here. I'm going to show you these bolts I got to take off. I'm going to make a separate video how to do this, so this is going to be the video because I don't want to keep on doing this over and over again. Alright, we have, this is an 8mm right here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 back there. So 6 all day. I'm probably going to need an extension now I think about it. So, whatever. I don't have it with me right now, but we'll get it right now. Alright, here we go. Those 2. Just let's look. Yeah. Let me get an extension. It's gonna be a little too much of a fight. All right. I'm back, and I'm black. Oh boy, that's terrible. All right. We got this here, this, and that over there. So I got an extension to make it a little easier, so I don't get into camera shot and you can see what the heck I'm doing. Lefty, loosey, rightsy, tightsy. Oh God, I can do it. Still got it. It's not gone yet. Yeah, I hate when these things fall down because when they fall down, it's not easy to get them back. All right, let's go on this side over here. Get this out. All right, this one's not gonna fall. We have one more back here. Alright, so that's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we got those bolts off. Let's go and pull this off right here. Yeah, look at that. That's so easy. Good. So that right there. Look at it. Probably needs a little bit cleaning, but whatever. We're good for now. Alright, so that's the air filter. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Alright, now we're going to take these right here off. I'm going to give you another shot so you can see what. Alright, we're back at it again. So we have this little like sensor right here. We're going to turn it. Okay. It turns and it slides out of this key like that. Alright, I'm going to put that right to the side. And then this box right here, I'm going to come back on this side so you can see what's happening. Bam! Here we go. We're going to pull this right here. This is a little rubber tab. It just kind of turns and you slide this off of it like that. Alright, perfect. So that's out of the way. And then there's another one. Hold on 1 second, I'll show you another. So right here, if the hood was missing, you'd get a better shot. There's a little like clip right here in the back, like that. Just pull that off. And then with that off, there's actually another clip right here in the front. I'll show you. It's really, really small. No big deal. It's right here. Can you see it? Right there? Yeah, that's it. Perfect. That just came into view. So what you want to do, right, is... Oops, can we get it? Steady. Not to say you really need to see me unclip this small clip, but look, just go like... yeah, hold that right there. Alright, just go like this. Clip, be gone. Oh, my fingers are getting... It's cold out here, ladies and gentlemen. Nice cold December. Alright. I don't know, you can see everything that I'm doing because I feel like I was in the camera way. But we're almost there. Come on out. There you go. So I'm just gonna slip that under there. Oh boy. Plastic shit's breaking because I'm leaning on it. Hold on. See this right here? Just come on, clip. Be undone. Be undone. No, I'm gonna push this in, I think. No, that's not gonna work either. Under? Never mind. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Alright, this thing is a little weird and not wanting to come out. So I got a screwdriver so we can slide it on the hair. Just lift it up. Almost there. That looks promising. Let me go from a not so awkward side for my body. What am I missing? It's not that hard. I've only taken this off like 1,000 times. This thing is... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's off, right? Now, on the other side, same thing. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to approach that side, do the same. We are back at it again, and we're on the driver's side. So the driver's side has this little sensor here. Does everybody know what this sensor does? Because I don't know, and you can definitely tell me, but put in a comment below. Alright, so we'll take this sensor out, and then we want to turn this and just push it back like that. So that's out of the way. And then in the front right here is that same sort of little clip right here. I want to just raise up off of that there. Do the back first. So the back's off. The front should come off pretty easily. Not like the other side. Ha! Yeah. Alright, famous last words. Okay, here we go. Right tool for the right job. Come on. Alright, good. Be careful with these things. These plastic tabs, they're all very fragile and they all break pretty easily. Alright? Alright, these are my neighbors. They're gonna be in my video, they said. What's your names, guys?
My name is Rashid. My name is Rowan. My name is Mir.
Right. What's you back there? Alright, cool. So, can I get in this? Can I get it? Peeps right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's alright, what's up? Alright, we love you. Thanks, guys. Alright, take care.
What's the name of it?
Motion Design Studio. Yeah, look for it. Yeah, Motion Design Studio in like 4 days. Yeah, okay, look for it. Huh? In 4 days. Yeah. All right. Look for
Instagram?
it. Yeah. Motion Design Studio. Same thing.
All right.
All right.
Go follow me. Young Dashid.
What's it? The Sheed.
My Instagram name Young Dashid.
Okay.
Follow me on the Grand Dreams Mary.
All right. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right. So we are gonna go and take these. There are 2 bolts right here. They're also 8mm bolts. There's one right here. It's going to be a little hard to see because this is actually behind us. So I'm going to give you a different angle. 1 second. All right. Yeah, that's so much clearer. All right. How about this side? And that. You know, I don't think you're going to miss out too much if I pull out an 8mm bolt. You can't see it exactly, but you get the idea. Right. Let's have at it again. It's right here. That's one. There should be another one on the other side. This is pretty held on pretty tightly here. So we'll take the other one off to the other side. We're on the driver's side right now. We're going to pull the other bolt off the driver's side. Whoops. Yep, right here. So those bolts do look different. I want to show them to you so you can see what they look like. I'll show you. I'm sure the two different ones so that way you don't get confused. Back it up a little bit here. Ooh, hey, back, all the way. All right, great. All right, so this coarse thread is from the first set of things that we took apart, and this finer thread is what we just unscrewed. Okay, so coarse thread is from the first six screws that we took apart, and this coarse thread, this fine thread's from what we just took off. All right. All right, I'm gonna let the expert go ahead and take that off. Watch the expert go to town, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that actually gets removed first. See that? Just kind of like pull it straight out. There you go. And that's how you get that out of the way. That's the expert doing it. You don't want me to do that because I'm not really that good at it. Hey, what about the other part? Like, can you show me how to do the other part?
Sure. All
right.
These back here are just a twist.
Cool. Nice. See right here? There's a twist right here. Slide it out of the way.
And this thing should just
should. I like should. Should is fun. I feel it's gonna lift up on myself.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Alright. So
there's one more hose down here that
the hose. That's what's holding it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why this needs to be removed so you can get your these.
I see.
So
Gotcha.
This hose out.
Yeah, did you guys catch that? So she removed all that right there because there's a hose or two underneath here that like. Hold on one second. Can I get a close up of that so you can see? Yeah. All right. 1 second. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, those right there need to come out. All right, go for it, team. Awesome. Yeah, and that's what you got to do. Now that's free. We should be able to just lift that right out, right? Is that correct? All right, let's do it. So, just look at that. All right, great. I'm gonna just get that out of the way. Put that back here.
These also should go in.
So that's out of the way, right? We have now access to this. We're gonna have to remove this snorkel right here also. So we're gonna get this out of the way so we can have an easier time working on this. So the camera's running out of battery. I just said so. That means you have to take a drink. We're still playing the drinking game. Remember that game? Every time I say so, you're gonna take a drink. What I'm gonna do is I gotta remove those. Those are hex. This is a 5. Yeah, that's the size. 5. Okay, 5 hex. And it looks like that. Okay. Just need to get those off. You gotta be careful. These have washers on them, so you don't want to lose the washers. Like that. No problem. Don't lose it. Oh my god. Don't worry. Yeah, well, you can't get that one super down. Fighting for hours. So let's see if I don't mess this one. leave that there. So you know what I mean? We're real good on the failures. Alright, we had those two there. We have one more back here. And we're going to keep this car in service mode because it brakes so goddamn much. That way we just pull this off without having to take all this off in the future. So this won't go back on moving forward. That's that. So I think it should gas cap? I mean the oil cap? Stop this. No, it doesn't, does it? Or does it? Yes it does. Yeah, that's going to come off. And then right there, there you go.
I think there's a fourth one.
Oh my god, there's a fourth one? Yep, there totally is. Yeah, there's a fourth one back there.
This happens every time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go, number 4.
Memory just keep that.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are.
Man, got this old tripod stuff.
So
you do your work, huh?
it's serious. That's the fourth one. Let's see if I can get that out of there without losing it. Okay. Good job. Alright. And this is an awesome, beautiful thing to make that look beautiful, but it's a pain in the butt when you gotta keep working on this car. Alright. Now we have everything open. I'm going to put this whole cap on. This one. I don't want any debris to fall into the motor. And we have a lot more room right to pull this off right here. We might not have to pull it off. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We got a let's see. That's a T20 right here. There's usually 2 of these. The other broken off. I'm doing this because I really do need some more space to work on that. That's a longer, coarser. Right, and I think this should just slide right off. Oh, there's another one down there. That's not the right size. Alright, great. We are in the front again, and we are on the passenger side. And this is a T27. Yeah, so let's go to T27 that up. Alright, so that looks good to me. Alright. It's in, it's out. It's in, it's out. It's in. Alright. That's that beauty right there. Just like that. Alright. And then this should come right off. There's I'm sorry, let me show you. Can you see it? Yeah, there's none on that side. It's broken off. Right, so you should be able to show you what I mean. You can just go ahead and pop this right off. Right? The snorkel has these little spots, indentation. You're gonna get it over those, and then it'll slide right off like that. Push it out. Okay, now we're in the clear. So we have opened up a lot of space now so we can gain access to what we're trying to repair. And that is this thing right here. See if we can get a bit of shot of it for you. Yeah. There you go. Alright, we are trying to remove those, these two. VANOS solenoids right here. That one. And that one right there. Okay, that's what we're trying to get rid of. I'm just going to check on something as I drop some stuff. Ooh. My God, that's so good. Yeah, that's the money shot. That is the money shot right there. We are on to something. All right, I need to clean this a little bit because I don't want any crap to fall into the motor. So I got some brake parts cleaner. Yeah, this is so practical. All right, let's try this. This is some carb cleaner. And, you know, if you're in the state of California, this is definitely Proposition 65 right here. Probably don't want to use it. So I'm just cleaning off where the 10mm bolts are and around it because I don't want to get any stuff inside of the motor. Alright, great, so that's good. I'm taking my permanent white marker because I'm going to actually switch these around. Let's see if I can get the tip off though. Yeah, okay, that's not going to work. Anyway, so I'm just going to mark this. Right, this is the white one. That's the top one. When I put it back in, I'm going to switch it and place that top one at the bottom after I clean it. This is all part of the test to see if it's actually working or not. I can narrow it down a little bit, you know? There's a 50-50 chance I get it right. So, I need to get a 10mm right there, and I think I should be able to just... Yeah, I love this! Look at that. It's going to make my life so much easier. 1 second. I'll be right back. We are back at it again. I'm going to go to... So this is a 10mm below. Right? I'm going to take this rag right here. I'm going to place it below it because I do not want any oil to fall on the belt. Oil on belts are fast track to kill the belt. So definitely... And this will also help too when that bolt falls. Because I have a track record of like losing bolts all the time, and hopefully none of them will fall and I won't be out here for 10 hours trying to find it. Alright, looks good. Can I keep it in there? Yeah, I did it. That did not fall out, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway there. So that's what that looks like. Oh, can you see it? It's a little hard to see. I'm zoomed in. Okay, anyway. It's a 10mm. Let's get the other one. Alright, sealant's right here. Looks good to me. That's all the way off. That's awesome. Alright, no bolt foul. Okay, so the top one's marked off. I got my rag in right here. I'm just gonna so these have these little like clips, metal clips on them. Apparently, right? What you do to get this off is push down on the clip and just pull the down on the clip and just pull. There you go. See, it slides right off like that. Get that out of the way for a second. Now there's two, and they both will work, right? Now this straight clip right here, I don't know if you can see it. I know I'm too close. Let me back off a little bit. I think you might want to see a little bit better. Okay. This straight clip right here goes to the top. The other one below is a curvy one, and that will go to the exhaust. So I'm going to push it in with this and try to slide it out. Come to Papa. Here, push that in. And that should slide right down. Come on, you got it. You can do it. Let's do this. Come on. Alright, there you go. So that's that. Now listen, man, don't be afraid of this project. You know, it's a BMW. It's a, like medium high end. Lower to the lower of the high end vehicles, lower of the medium, lower of the high ends vehicles. That was hard to say, but don't be afraid of it. It's just a car. You can do it, and it's totally worth it. So watch the video, and you'll be able to solve it. So see this curvy one right here that goes to the bottom, right? And this straight one goes to the top. I already took the 10mm bolts out, so I should be able to like. These should slide right out. It might be a little bit of a fight, I feel. I know some of you love watching me struggle, so I'm gonna leave it in here, the struggle part. maybe I can use my little screwdriver right here. Let's try. Get this stuff. Push against any plastic, so make sure you don't like jam it against plastic stuff. Otherwise, you'll be really pissed off. And this is a happy video for now. Let's see. I did get that out a little. It's difficult. Let me see. Let's see, it might be a little better on this angle right here. See if I can just lift it up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's one. So we get it. The top has a little lip also. You can push against that. So, let's see. That's what's moving. Ooh. Boy, that hurts sometimes. Let's see what we got over here. Alright. Get this bottom one out. Come on. Alright. See, that's the first one. Right. Wipe that oil off. I don't want you to trip all over the belt. Alright, the top one here. I might be able to get a little bit more access now to pull it off since this space is opened up a little bit. I think the longer screwdriver would be better. So here we go. Let's give that a shot. Now I'm doing this in a really kind of awkward way because it's just hard to get in here. I'm also trying to like not impede your shot so you can see what the heck's going on in the video. So, alright. Are you watching this at 3 a.m. in the morning? Like I like to watch these videos? Yeah. Mechanic porn. You know what's going on. Don't tell your girlfriends about this. They'll think you're weird. Alright, well that's not working either. Let me see if we can come back on this side right here. It's almost, oh, got it, finally. Woo-wee! Alright, so, oops. Okay, so these things have gaskets on them. I just dropped one. I gotta get it, so, 1 second here. That top one came out too without a gasket, so I'm gonna have to like, go in there and grab that gasket. I do see it. Alright, 1 second. So that gasket fell out, and I can actually grab it with this thing right here. And there it is. So that's it right there. Now I gotta get the other one. This came out of the top, the intake, VANOS solenoid. I need to get the. So let me show you. I remember I marked it. So that marked up one. So this right here goes like that, right? And you see that? Sorry. So I need to get the other one out of there. The bottom one came out, but it's the gasket's still in there. So I see it actually. It's here. I want you to see it. So, I'm not trying to be stingy. That's a nice zoom. Alright, cool. Now it's back in focus. Okay, right in here is the gasket, and see it right there? Yeah, there you go. That's it right there. Should be able to just pull it right. Oh my god, my hands are so big. Alright. And there it is. Okay? So, I'm gonna look at this orientation, right? It was facing that way. Let me just wipe this off. Right? It faced that way. It sits right here in the very, very top And I just need to make sure, right, when I put it back in, there's nothing special about the orientation. So, can you see my hand? Oh, no, you can't. So I'm talking out of frame. Oh, well, there we go. Okay. So, this is the orientation it came out. There's nothing special about this when I look at it. This is on the inside of the motor. This is away from the motor. It's just a gasket, just a nice round gasket, no big deal. So it's not like a flat on one side, so you don't have to panic about like, oh my god, what is the orientation? And it just sits right in there, and that's it. Call it a quits, you're good to go. All right, so let's just go ahead and I'm gonna put this rag back there because there is oil coming out of this. It's a slow leak. All right, we are now in the 50% part of this project right now, so we're almost there. All right, we're gonna clean these off right now. It's really important, right? When you do this, these gaskets, don't let them get any like carburetor cleaner or any like brake parts cleaner on it, because it just damages these things. It makes them swell up. So just want to keep that rubber away from it. Now, I would say, right, to be honest with you, I can see why you might want to replace these gaskets. I'm gonna put this back with the other. Part of the reason why that one feels kind of hard, and I think it should be a little bit more supple. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna start spraying, okay, and I would put your glasses on for this. Highly recommend you put glasses on. Well, I should have done this off camera. Signed up for watching me struggle. Here we go. So that's in. 1 second. Let me go ahead and do something else. Like I said, don't do this without putting your glasses on. Brake parts cleaner can splash in your eye, and it's not good for you. Proposition 65. All right, here we go. Might damage your babies. And the environment, definitely. I'm not environmentalist. Truth is, I want to put this in my what do you call it? I have an ultrasonic cleaner, and I really want to clean this out in the ultrasonic cleaner. That's what I want to do. I think it would be a good idea, but I'm not sure because this does have some electronics in it. Literally like afraid to do that. Yeah, that's good. Wonderful. As you can see, I'm just like literally just cleaning this thing out. What's up? That right there. What do you think? Think it's gonna work? No. We'll find out together, won't we? See, that's why I say put on the glasses, because that stuff sprays. Right, so we gotta. Now, if you want to test this properly, right? What you want to do, if you don't want to do the other test I'm gonna do, you can go like this. Take this one. This is the one that's marked up at the top, and this is the top one because this is the one that I marked with the white marker top. You switch it. You take this out, you put it at the bottom, and you turn it, and you put the bottom one at the top. Right, the bottom one is the exhaust. You put it in the intake, and if you get the same error, then you know for sure that. I'm sorry, if you get a different error pointing in a different place, then you have an idea that at least one of these is broken, you know, versus both of them. So that's the way to do the test. Got it? I'm gonna go ahead and go a little further. I mean, there's a lot of ways. You can actually use a multimeter also to check this. I could do that, but I'm not really sure I'm going to do it, but you could do it. So there's 3 ways right there. There's probably others. If you have a better way or know of another way you can test it, I'm open to hearing. Just go ahead and comment below and let me know, you know, because I'm learning just like you. And like I said, don't be afraid of this project. You know, it is a BMW. It feels intimidating because, you know, it is the lower end of the high-end vehicles that one can own. All right, let's go ahead and try to escalate the problem solving to another level. All right. Now that we have these all cleaned up, I'm going to take the alligator clips that I made, and I'll link you to another video to show how to do that. And we're going to test these, and we'll see which ones work or not, or if they both work. So what I did, right? I just took my alligator clips and I just connected them to this is a 9-volt battery. That's what that is, 9-volt. If you need to see it. Okay. And just going to clip that on like that. So with that clipped onto it, we're going to start off with the bottom. Remember I marked these? This is the top because it's the white. This is the bottom. VANOS. Solenoid. So we have 2 terminals back here. This thing right here will move up and down if it's good. So I'm going to connect this terminal. Make sure they don't touch because, again, they will short each other out and burn out the circuit. You don't want to do that. And if everything goes well, see if you can wash right here. This will move. Oops, hold on. This slipped off the battery. So if that goes well, this will move. See if you can see it. Again, don't let them touch. See that? See it move? Yeah, can you see that? Alright. One more time. You can hear it too, right? So that's functional right there. I'll give you a little closer image, closer shot so you can see what's happening again. Zoom down some more. So I'm really zoomed in a lot again. I want you to watch this so you can see if you can see it move. So you know what to look for. Do you see that? There you go. So that's the bottom, the exhaust VANOS solenoid. Does anybody know what VANOS mean? They spell it with a capital V. Everything's capitalized, VANOS. So that's the bottom. Let's test the bottom. Let's test the top. So here we go. Clip that in like that. Touch that. Remember, don't let them touch. Okay. Okay. See, nothing's happening. nothing is happening on that. So that one has failed. You know, I'll just double check it. I'll switch this and put this at the top, right here. Well, I'll just put the bottom one down here. And I'll put this at the top and touch it. Yeah, nothing. So this does not move at all, not one bit. So the top one, the intake one, has failed, and that's going to be the main problem why this thing is idling so rough. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is go ahead and find this part. Now this part, you can find this online. I found it at Rock Auto for like $60. This, at the $60 price point, it says it's like somewhere better than the economy class. It starts at like $20. I don't know about you, but $20 feels a little risky for something so important. So I would not do anything less than $60 for this part. That's my recommendation. And ultimately, you know what? If you are trying to, minimize risk, I would just go ahead and get the actual BMW part itself. I think this thing's like $120 from BMW, the actual BMW part, or find another OEM that actually has good quality. I don't know what that is right now. I'll try to figure it out for you and give you a suggestion. I'll show you what I will order. But other than that, I know, sky's the limits. See what you can do. Figure it out. Trust yourself, but don't go cheap. We got the new VANOS sensors today, and I wanted to go ahead and test these, so we're doing this together for the first time, so let's open these up. And if you were wondering, I guess I'm trying to give you some information about these, but that's the product information right there. And that is the information about the manufacturer. So it's Spectra Premium. So here we go. Now everything goes well, right? We'll see this activate like we did on the others. So I'm going to connect my batteries to this. So here's my negative. My battery. I don't know why I said batteries. So kind of concerned about the chemical that's on there. I don't know what it is. So this might be just a grease or so to keep it from corroding. I just don't want to touch it, so that's why I have my gloves on. The polarity doesn't matter, so you don't have to, it doesn't really matter, but let's take a look right here, see if you can see if it moves. Okay. You can hear it and see it. Okay, so you can hear it. I want to give you a little bit closer. I'm going to zoom down a little bit. It's a little closer, so we'll try this again so you can get a good visual. Just take a look at the little gaps right here in between. See if you can. I'm going to move this out of it. Maybe that might be a little distracted. But alright, so see if you can take a look. You can hear it. Yeah, sounds good. It's consistently firing. Might want that to be on. Hold on a second. So it's constantly firing. This is one of two. Sounds really nice. All right, let's try the other. So this is good. Let's put that there. And let's try this. can see it, right? And you can hear it also. So it goes up and down real fast like that. Okay, so we have two really good sensors. I want to show you the bad sensor now. So those are the good ones. Here's the remember this one with the white marking on top? This is from the intake. So I want to show you what happens with this. Move to one time. You heard that? 2 times. And then that's it. 3 times, no more. It stops. So that's why you get this intermittent kind of failure that's happening. Sometimes your car will run really well, and then sometimes it won't, you know? It's because of that. As you saw, it worked a little bit in the very, very beginning, and then it stopped, unlike the others. So that's one of the ways to know for sure if this is failing. I try to do a test with my multimeter. I placed my multimeter on 200 ohms, and it actually did give me a good reading of 11.5. The problem with that, I'll do it with you right now. Something is really interesting. I'm not really sure why, right? But the reading is fine, right? So I hate these videos of multimeters and because they never seem to show you what the hell the thing is on. So there you go. That's what I have it on right there. Okay, and that's 200 ohms. I think 20 would be fine, but this does something weird down there, so let's not use that one. That's the reason why I did not want to just use a straight 20 ohms. So this is the broken one, the white one right here. I want to show you something. So let's look at the multimeter. Can you see it? Yeah, there you go. You'll notice that this will actually give me a good reading of 11.5 or so. .3 today, but it's actually around 11 usually. Okay, that's the old one. I'm gonna do a new one for you. We can see what this gives me, right? So I'm just measuring resistance right now. It's the same thing. So this test right here wouldn't even give me an actual, wouldn't be enough to give me enough information to say these things have failed or not. So I would use both, and if you're really paranoid, I would use all 3, but like switching the actual VANOS from the intake to the, switch the intake to the exhaust to get a good idea if it's actually acted funny, and reread the codes should change on the on your code reader. So there you go. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction of this repair. Now we're going to actually replace the put the new parts in and go from there. Okay, we've had some oil leakage. I left my sock there, my old rag, to absorb some of the oil leak. And I'm going to just clean it off a little bit more because it's not good for the belt. So I'm getting a little low on the carburetor cleaner. I just want to get as much of this oil away from the actual belts. I mean, the belt itself. so clean that off as much as I can. I'm going to clean out the little area also around there. Those little chambers where the VANOS sensor sits in. So I'm going to clean those out a little. Alright, so those are all cleaned out. So I want to show you a little organizational trick. It's really good to do when you have like a magnetic tray. So what happens is, so I kind of group these things together. So this is from the top. First thing I took off. This is also from, this is from the second, this is from the cover that I took off, right? This is from the snorkel, these are here, and the body. And then this is from the last ones, or these are from the VANOS sensors. So if you keep it organized like that, what'll happen, it'll be easier for you to remember what bolts go where. That way you don't, it's not confusing, you know, because sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. Okay? I think I got a better system. I have a feeling I have to put the O-rings in first, and then I slide it in. I think I just figured that out. So I'm gonna clean these off a little bit. I put a lot of grease trying to do stuff. Right? And this is what I think I have to do. Okay, I think I slide this in first. Like that. Oh, I just sprayed this with like brake part cleaner. I don't recommend it because it causes this stuff to like change shape. You know, and you don't want to do that. So, well, anyway, there we go. Okay, so now that's seated, right? I think what we do now is take this and then we slide this in on top of that, and I think that should give us, yeah, that's gonna do it. Yep, there you go, that's it. Yeah, there you go, now it's all seated. And boy, let me tell you, new gaskets, I mean new O-rings, you can tell that thing is ridiculously like stuck together. Alright, so that's the bottom, right? Let's go ahead and get that 10mm on there. Pray to God I don't drop it, because it's going to be a long day if I do. Yeah, I can feel it. It's going to be weird. So I get myself as comfortable as possible, because again, when you drop these things, unless you have extra, you're going to be out there looking for this bolt. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slide this under here, just to help minimize how far it drops. If I'm lucky, it'll work that way. If I'm not, well, you know, whatever. That can be less anxious. This thing. So maybe I can, sometimes a socket helps stabilize it for you. This is real time, people. This is all the weird stuff that happens when you're working on cars. These angles are weird. This thing that catches kind of weird sometimes. And this is one of two. Ladies and gentlemen, one of two. Alright, let me just check the top one. Now, focus, stay focused, okay. Stay focused. Sometimes I'm wondering here if this thing is just a little bit off. Alright, you know what? There's no need for you to watch me struggle. You see what I'm trying to do. Alright, so it was a bit of a fight, but you have to make sure that this is turned enough, right? So we're going to zoom in a little bit right here so you can see, yeah, if the metal piece around it is not turned and aligned properly, you're going to have a little bit of an issue. So let's give it a try again with this other sensor. So again, you put the O-ring in first. Here's the top one. This is the intake. So you might not be able to see too much because of how the angle is, and I'm in a weird position. So O-rings being seated. Okay, O-rings in. I think I'm gonna actually I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of PB Blast just to help me get it past the hard part right there. So here we go. So let me get it past that fight. It's not really easy to get in, but once you do, it's wow. I gotta push a little bit something else. Okay. All right. So that's much. Gotta get it up some now. So, gotta get the holes lined up. So I want to like get this here lined up. So I gotta move this up. Yeah, back at it again. It's a little bit of fight. Alright, so let me get in a good position right here. Let's see if I can push this, turn this around. So it's really off right now, so gotta lift up. I'm gonna try to get underneath this like this. Something. I don't want to push too hard. You know what actually would be really good for this? I have some hooks. That'll be fine. Then I know exactly what to do for this. This will help. I think this will help me get the leverage I need to turn it. Without fighting. Yep, there it is. It turns. Okay, cool. So what I got to do now is just push it in some more. It's not pushed in enough. I mean, I did spray it, so let's see if I can get it in somewhere. Oh, maybe that's actually it. I think it is all the way in. Yeah, it's close. I don't think it's all the way in. I think it's close. Yeah, there it is. That's all the way in. Okay, so now that's seated. I got a sock right here because, you know, the chance that that bolt might fall down there. And I'm using a 10mm socket on this.
It moves.
Oh, it moved, yeah.
So yeah, it's totally out of alignment again.
Alright, so I gotta get this lined up. Again, you're gonna direct me? Come up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I can see it. Not that much.
It goes like really fast though.
Yeah.
That looks right there.
Yeah, let's try that. Alright, that feels like it caught. Okay, yeah, that definitely caught. So that's all the way down. That's down. Let's go ahead and tighten this down. Don't get crazy. I don't really have any torque specs for you. Just don't go crazy. That's all I can tell you. I'm gonna have to return this. The sticky 10mm. Alright, cheap wrench alert. I'll be right back. I got a better wrench now, and I think this will be, yeah, there you go. The other one was like sticking a lot. Again, you don't have to go crazy. Tighten up the bottom. Okay, that's good. So that's tight. Now remember, the straight one is at the top, so it's a straight plug, right? Let's check everything. All right, looks flat. Everything is seated flush. So take the straight plug. No, let's just do the bottom one first. I think the bottom is going to be a little easier to plug in. I think the bottom one, because that way I can see, you know. So I think that's why it'd be better to do the bottom one first. So the bottom one is this L-shaped one right here. Ooh, that wire needs a little bit of insulation right there. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I gotta write some tape around this. I'll be right back. The wire here needs a little bit of reinstallation. You can see that right there. So what I'm gonna do is I need to, you know, looks like it might have either touched the belt or the serpentine belt, or it actually something else it was rubbing against is really hot. But it looks like it might have been the serpentine belt that touched it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cover that back up. Boy, it's really hard to do with the gloves on. Okay, so almost there. There we go. We did it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it off like that and cut it. And then hopefully, yeah. Okay. that. You know what? You probably want to clean this too now. Think about it. Yeah, never mind. I'm smart. You know, grease doesn't really stick well. These grease tape don't really go too well together. I'm glad we caught this, because if that wire was damaged, you know, it'd be a whole other weird set of problems, and I would have been like looking around, and then all of a sudden like, oh wait, look, the wire's messed up. You know. So. Okay, so here, just gonna bring it back this way. Bring it back that way. And that should be it. Alright, so this is the exhaust. So the exhaust goes at the bottom, like that. Alright, so I'm just looking at the wire so I can see that my cable management makes sense, because I'm gonna zip tie this wire somewhere here onto that. I don't know if that's a good idea, because that hose does get hot. Anyway, I'll think about it. So here we go. So the bottom is the curvy. Okay. The top straight one here is for the top. The intake. Okay, so that's that. All right, so they're both here. And then what I want to do, again, like I'm concerned about the bottom wire, so I have a feeling I want to keep it up and out of the way. I have a feeling that what happened is actually rubbed on the serpentine belt below it. So I'm gonna probably zip tie it a little bit to I'm going to zip tie it to the clamp that holds onto that hose. Or maybe the hose itself doesn't really have to be tight. That's really a good idea, because that hose does carry coolant, so that hose will get warmer, but not like too bad. Okay. So just put that on there. It's not tight, it's just to keep it from falling down, so don't get all crazy if you're going to do the same thing. And then we had to cut that off some, so probably this is where I wish I had another tool, a better tool. Okay, that's that. Okay, so alright, both are back in place, right? Alright, we can move on. Alright, so I'm going to clear the space a little bit so we can like put this stuff back and it won't be too crowded. We're going to put this back, so it goes like this. That slides right into the hole right here. It clips on. Line it up with that gap right there. Then this is broken off right here, so it looks like this on this side. But because it's broken off, those two are missing, so slide them down in here. And there's a little key right here. Okay, so that's see, I pushed it through a lot. Slide this down. And make sure it goes. This goes up above. Like that. Push this back through. Oh boy.
The reason it's not is because this should be down further.
Okay.
So I'm like,
That's as far as I can go.
yeah.
There you
If
go.
it was screwed in,
That would move. Yeah. Lucky
it
us.
would be in the right position.
That's true.
So I'm like,
That's true. So I'm gonna get this right here, and then well, we can't fight too much of this because we are missing a bolt for that latch for the hood. 2 of them actually. They have wandered away, my friends. They have wandered away. Okay, so that there, this here, and there should be 1, 1, 2. Make sure this is connected back again. Oh, this thing likes to fight, doesn't it? Come on. Get up there. Alright. So it's a little tricky. Looks like... Alright, let me, let's just struggle with this off camera for a second. It sits in here. This slides in here. And around it like that. And you see the key right here. So now it actually goes down instead of me having to fight and push it down. Now we have two bolts right here. So one here, this is the coarse thread. Right. The coarse thread one's gonna go right there. And that is a too big. That is going to be a I think that one is it's a T20. I think. Yeah, it's a T20. So let's take this T20 here. Okay, that's there. And we have another wider one right here, similar to the one that we just screwed in. That is going to be a, I think it's a T. Well, it's kind of stripped out underneath, so there's not much I can do with it. But if you wanted to know, that is a T27. Yeah, there's nothing there holding it, so. Okay, alright. Okay, we got that in. Wires connected here. Alright, the next thing we want to do now, we got to keep this car in service mode. So that way when we do future repairs, we don't have to take all this stuff apart. So to do that, so we're going to keep this in service mode. And what I mean by that is that we're not going to put all the screws in so that way we can pull it off in the future real easily. So it looks like this, right? We're going to just go like that and slide it underneath there and get access to the motor, right? And usually there's 4 bolts, like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put these 2 in. Right, so that here, right? Sit that down. And I'm going to use the one with the washer, so because I lost that one washer earlier today. So, the other doesn't need a washer because it has everything else it needs right there. Right. Okay. So that looks like that's a hex. So. That is a 5mm, I guess? Yeah. I don't usually use any power tools going on in the reverse, only because I don't want to strip anything. These things are really sensitive, so I can see the potential of just breaking one of these things, so I don't want to do that. So that's in service mode. Again, I'm not putting the 2 back there. Okay, moving on. We're almost there. I need to get the back parts on. All right, we're gonna go put this back part on, so you can see that bigger piece slides on first. It has all these like little hose and stuff that goes underneath. It gets clamped in, so I'm gonna slide that on. just trying to get the hoses snapped into place. Hey, that's a son of a plane and my mom was giving birth to me. Cool. It's quite a moment. So all this will be something we can avoid in the future because it's in service mode. We should be able to like just pull that off, and that's going to make a big difference in the amount of time we spend working on this car, just to get to that part where we can actually get things off. It's like a little sandwich of hoses. So once that's clamped together, it just kind of slides into this little pocket back there on that. The clip in and stuff. There you go. Cool, we're good to go. Alright, so after that's done, right, we want to go ahead and get the, is this sticks?
No, you want to be putting these things in the screw.
Oh, okay,
first,
alright.
yeah, before we do anything else.
No problem. Alright, that's why we have the expert here. So these go on?
No, these little plastic pieces here in the back, so this thing gets fastened.
Oh, yeah, sure, totally. Let's do it. Okay, so remember those little plastic things here we're on? Yeah, kind of like slide down around it like this, and they kind of like turn and lock onto it to kind of slide it out. Is that it? Oh, your side's not.
I messed up a little bit.
No problem. We all make mistakes.
So I think wait to put this in.
Oh yeah, wait to put it in, right? So it can have more freedom to move around.
This is put in first.
Okay. I see. Oh, I
Needs
see.
to be seated
Seated,
in here.
yeah, I can see it. Ooh, sorry. Let me get this. Alright, can you reseat it again? I heard it click when you did it that time.
Yeah. See, I think I need more freedom from this hose too.
Is it in the way?
To like sit it in first.
Oh, I see.
think that's
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
mistake.
do remember that was what we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my bad.
You know, you should totally do that. No, I did it.
Just give it more freedom so it can.
So you can move it around, right?
Yeah.
I got you.
It needs to sit like. Can you get it from your sides?
Sure. Absolutely.
This end is on.
Okay.
It's the centerpiece that's. It should just like slide in and kind of
It goes down.
snap into place.
I felt it when you did it earlier.
This feels. This is better now. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
Totally. So it's important to do that
Right.
first.
Gotcha. So get that seated first, ladies and gentlemen. And go ahead and connect your hoses. We're just going to snap down the end of this. Little rubber tabby. Turn that. That should keep that seated. And you'll know when it's all lined up. You've seen her do that. I'm going to show you a little angle right here so you can see what it looks like. So you see right here, you see how it's like, it's all pushed back real nice and tight right here? That's what you want to aim for. Get that thing pushed all the way in, and that's how you know it's seated properly. Alright, so, oh, that was quick. Alright, there's these little, these right here, little sharp, pointed ones like that. They're kind of like fine threaded. There's two of them. There's one in, this is one on the passenger side. So that just screws into this right here. And they're do the same on the other side, the driver's side. They just screw down. Looks like they are 8mm. Nothing too crazy with the amount of torque necessary for this. Yeah, it looks like they are 8 millimeters. So, yeah, that's correct. Again, nothing crazy. All right, one there, and then we'll go across right here. Hard to see. I'll take you over. Right here. This is the other one. Right here. Again, nothing crazy. It's an 8 millimeter. Got it? All right, now we got these two pieces right here. There you go. Ta-da! All right, one's for the passenger side, one's for the driver's side. You'll know because it just doesn't fit. All right, go. Team, go. Oh, man, I think she's better than this at me, than I am. Just saying. Are you sure we got the right side? Oh, man.
It's like a puzzle.
All right. Which I'm so good at. All right, so... this don't snap down like that, and they turn. Like that. Okay. So get a really good turn on that. Alright, cool. Alright, it's turned and it's snapped. Alright, we gotta put the looks like a filter across the top now. So we're gonna throw that filter in there. Make sure you can see what's happening. Get some leaves and stuff and get out of here. Alright, so we have just like that. Okay. And then we have six coarse thread 8 millimeter look like this. But we're doing good on sunlight. We're almost there. Hopefully the run, you'll see it run really nice. Okay, so it's kind of coarse. Ooh, baby, almost lost it. All right, great. Just sort of like throw them in, stick the hand, turn them in. Stir it a little bit. You know, all this plastic stuff, I hate it. It breaks so easy, so easily. That's one thing about this manufacturer with this generation. Really like. It's just how plasticky these things are. I remember one time this mechanic was like cursing about this Volvo. It was like a 2013 Volvo. I mean, not a Volvo, Audi. And he was just cursing up a storm, saying, "Oh, the car is so plasticky." And then, I was like, "Whatever, dude." And I started working on this one, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's right. This thing is very plastic." So the Germans went the route of plastic, and you know what? They're trying to save some money, but then you try working on one of these things, you'll be breaking things left and right. Yeah. So trust me on this one, it sucks. I mean, it's like plastic everywhere. Tightening will be fine with these, to be honest. Great. What's that? Okay. Started. Yeah, like I said, I think you can hand tighten and get rid of this. These are not like, you can't get too much torque because it's like plastic into plastic. There. So maybe I'll snug it down a little, but don't go crazy. Okay, so we're all back together, and if everything goes well, this thing will run a lot better. So wish us luck, shall we? We're gonna do it. We're gonna turn it on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna turn it on. All right, this is the moment you've been waiting for. We're gonna turn it on and see what happens. Go for it. All right, it's on. It is idling. All right, we're gonna let this idle for a little bit, and we'll bring you back and see how it goes, I suppose. Right? Yeah, we're gonna leave it on for a while. Hey. All right. Hey, I am like super happy with this repair. I think it turned out really, really well. As you can tell, the VANOS controls a lot of like ignition stuff, idling stuff, and like about 140,000 miles, things start to fail. So I highly recommend you just go ahead and like replace that if you're at that moment and you have the engine all open up. So they are $120 around for both of them. So they're $60 a piece. One's for intake, one's for exhaust. I would just do it as a roll-in repairs, as they call them. Repair it before it fails. They're VANOS solenoids. I want to show you something else that you could. Oh yeah, actually I did show it to you earlier. Those two camshaft sensors. Those two you should also replace if you get a chance. And then there's one more thing I didn't show you. I can't right now because the engine itself is all buttoned up, but I can show you roughly where it's at. Right here, I think it's right here, underneath this is another sensor. If that one fails sometimes and it gives you some similar symptoms, the problem is it's like an 8-hour repair because you have to like pull everything off to get the valve cover off to get to it. But once you do, it's just like one small thing, and it's like a really expensive sensor. It doesn't fail often, but when it does, it's pretty costly. So that's it. Hey, if you like the video, back it up again. Hey, if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends too about it, and I really hope that it helps you out. Again, don't be intimidated. It's a really easy repair. You can do it. I did it. Somebody else did it at the factory. We can do this together, all right? Hey, check me out on Facebook and Instagram, Motion Design Studio, and look for me on YouTube also, Motion Design Studio. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope that this saves you some time and money. Cool? All right. Thanks again. So this is so awesome. This car has like, it's close to like 200,000 miles. Can you see that? That's crazy. Look at that. Whoa. 19997. We're gonna take you on a little ride, and when it gets to 200,000, we can celebrate. All right, cool, awesome.